Frieder only thought about the princess and wanted to see the princess after work. Pretty told him that he could see the princess after blowing up this pile of apples. Frieder was full of confidence, but he didn't expect to be broken by a powerful blow. It's so beautiful that if these apples can't be fried in 3 days, everyone will be in trouble. But Frieder patted his chest and said, "It won't take 3 days to do this little thing." He just pressed it gently, and the apple juice flowed out. Beautiful looked dumbfounded, and took the jar to borrow it on the spot. Frieder's magic operation was well received by the kitchen, but it also put the chef in a crisis. The chef took a knife with Frieder's good brother, the white pig, in a fit of anger. Poor little white pig, he took a bite of the chef for Frieder. Xiaobai was about to die. Fortunately, Frieder came to save him at the critical moment. However, the chef didn't let go of this delicious meal and chased after him. Frieder ran to the arena with Xiaobai and pressed him under the board when the chef spat out his head. Frieder looked around and saw the princess again. The princess recognized at a glance that this was the second prince who had peeped at her, so she decided to teach him a lesson. She announced that if she could win, she would marry him. But Frieder has been taught to be friendly since he was a child. How can he fight? He just saw the witch cut off his sleeve with a knife. The other side of the sleeve was also cut off. Frieder was only able to tighten his belt and retreated a few steps. This is a beautiful thing for him to say that he must give it his all, otherwise he will wait for the father's power. Frieder only took out his true ability when he raised the sword gently. And the other's sword broke 2 times. The sorcerer thought the quality of the sword was a problem, so he changed another talent, but was still easily cut into 2 pieces by him. At this time, the princess began to cast a starry eye. He cast a seductive eye at Frieder. Frieder was instantly fascinated by the princess and completely immersed in the fantasy of the princess and forgot the danger around him. The prince took the opportunity to give the order to cut off his hand. Just when everyone was working hard for Frieder, a mantis suddenly appeared next to him and showed him the mantis fist. Frieder immediately remembered all the moves. When the sorceress cut her with the blade, she blocked the fatal blow with her bare hands and then punched the sorceress into the ground. But it's not easy to make the princess marry him so easily. The princess immediately came up with a good idea that would kill Frieder. She said that as long as Frieder could find the magic sword on Evil Dragon Island, she would marry him. How could Frieder agree without hesitation? She gave him 2 big cakes when she left. That's it. Frieder began his journey to find the treasure. Frieder was looking for the magic sword in the mountains. He didn't even realize that the evil dragon behind him had been woken up by his movements. The evil dragon was about to swallow him. He was so nervous that he didn't know what to do. Fortunately, he found the magic sword in the princess's mouth. When the demon sword took over, it released a powerful demonic force and smashed the evil dragon to death. When Frieder was about to leave, he accidentally found a dragon egg. He took the dragon egg without hesitation. All of this happened to be clearly seen by the spies outside the cave. The spies immediately released the letter and reported it to the sorcerer in the city. The sorcerer heard it and ordered to kill Frieder. They tricked Frieder into a tavern and planned to do it inside. A few people were so drunk that when the spies woke up, they saw a giant stone hanging from the top of their heads and planned to put down the rope and smash Frieder to death. At this time, Frieder just woke up. With a warm heart, he came forward to help and pushed the spy to the bed. The development of the matter exceeded his expectations. As a result, it was obvious that the spy was cruelly suppressed by the giant. On the way back to the city, the witch appeared again, saying that she would escort Frieder back to the palace. However, while Frieder was drinking the sweet mountain spring, The witch secretly pulled out a long hair and went straight to Frieder. Just at this moment, Frieder's daughter, Little White Pig, suddenly rushed out and blocked this fatal blow with her body. Looking down on Little White Pig, who was dead in her arms, Frieder cried like a 200-month-old baby and personally set up a large tombstone for Little White Pig. Frieder successfully brought back the demon realm, and the princess could only marry him with a sad look on her face, standing side by side with a beautiful expression. However, on the wedding day, Little White Pig miraculously resurrected and told Frieder about the princess conspiracy. At the moment when the conspiracy was exposed, the princess left happily. But in order to get it, Frieder pulled out the dragon egg. Coincidentally, the egg hatched and a cute little dragon crawled out. But the princess still refused to marry him and humiliated him in front of everyone. She scolded him as a useless fool and even fought with him for the little dragon. Just before this chaos, a roar of a dragon suddenly came out of the door. As the door was opened, the figure of an evil dragon also appeared. But when everyone saw his appearance, they were stunned. This evil dragon is less than 1 meter tall. Looking at this short and strong evil dragon, the princess suddenly laughed out loud. But he immediately paid the price for this laugh. The evil dragon opened his mouth and spat out a fiery flame. The princess was instantly burned to a black charcoal. Pretty immediately understood the purpose of the evil dragon's trip. She slowly walked towards Frieder, pulled out a small dragon ball from her pocket, and looked at the already shaped baby dragon. The anger on the dragon's mother's face disappeared immediately, and then she turned around and left with the baby. After all this, Frieder finally saw the beautiful heart. In the end, he found his own happiness.